Alright fam, welcome home. It's Cap as we in the theater. Today we're gonna be reacting to top 5 best Goosebumps episodes, man. Top 5 best Goosebumps episodes. We just gonna go ahead and hop into it. Y'all know how the fuck I feel about Goosebumps. I love the shit. It's a fucking classic. I grew up on it. I had damn near all the tapes. Not besides like the newer Goosebumps, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have those tapes, but like from like season 1 to like season 4, I think I had tapes, the VHS tapes. So you know what I'm saying? I grew up on this shit. I got my Dark Hawk right here too, man. Happy Sunday. It's a Sunday today. Yeah, man. I don't know what the fuck going on. Got the Durban Poison disposable.
For top 5. Every week this month we'll feature a Halloween-themed countdown, starting today with the best of a show that gave us all goosebumps.
Right. Let's go. Top 5. Y'all comment down below any videos y'all want me to react to. This was a series that
introduced the horror genre to a lot of people at a very young age. Goosebumps was a series that aired from 1995 to 1998, which spanned 4 seasons and 74 episodes. It was based on the very popular book series of the same name by creator and author R.L. Stine. Every week, a new story would be told that was adapted from one of his books. These creepy tales opened our imagination, scared the crap out of us, and had us all questioning the pronunciation of house. This series was produced in Canada and continues to connect with kids all over the world. Every episode is currently on Netflix and iTunes, in addition to a popular feature film hitting theaters in 2015 with a sequel planned for next year. Everyone has a few favorite Goosebumps episodes. I'm here today to present you with mine. These are the top 5 best episodes of Goosebumps. Number 5. Night of the Living Dummy 2 from Season 1. If you watched or read Goosebumps growing up, you know who Slappy the Evil Dummy is. This was his first time on screen, and it was definitely an unforgettable appearance. Amy is a young girl who receives a ventriloquist dummy as a gift from her father. While she loves him at first, Slappy soon starts to exhibit tendencies that suggest he has a mind of his own.
This is my
With
first
her family
reaction
not believing
today,
her, Amy is the only one who can stop Slappy from hurting the ones she holds dear. If there's one character that stands out as the most recognizable in the Goosebumps series, it's Slappy. He's been the unofficial face of the series for years, and this episode introduced him to a lot of fans. He's always brought to life by the reading of these words.
Carol, Mary, Donna, Roma, Molyneux, Carano?
They do a good job in this episode of building the tension and making Slappy out to be creepy before we see him walk on his own in the climax. You also feel sympathy for Amy, as she is blamed for all the mayhem Slappy causes around the house. When everything finally hits the fan, it's a pretty good payoff.
Right, he couldn't believe it.
Hey, Sarah, wanna play?
Spoilers for the ending just in case. When Slappy is finally taken down and we see who was responsible, it's a fun little twist.
It's good to be back in the family again.
It's too bad we didn't see Dennis in any future episodes that featured Slappy. He could have been a fun rival for him.
That's
what
true.
What are you looking at, dummy? Number 4. The Ghost Next Door from Season 4.
Do I remember
Out of all
that?
the episodes listed here, I think this one is the least well known, but it might be the most complete story.
Wasn't they best friends?
Hannah lives in a large house in a normal town, but when a boy named Danny moves in next door with his family, she starts suspecting something very odd about him and the house he lives in. To talk about this one for too long will give away why I like it so much. How expectations are thwarted in both parts of the story were not things I saw coming. They do cheat a little bit, but as the story moves into part 2, it gets even better with a very clever setup. The characters all really feel like they have strong reasons for what they're doing. Give this one a rewatch. I think it's a forgotten classic and should be recognized more when we look back at the series. Let me know what you think of this episode in the comments below.
A lot of episodes motherfuckers skip over. So, he right.
One Day at Horrorland.
I might actually rewatch that shit.
Horrorland happens to be my favorite Goosebumps book, so it's only natural that...
Hey, y'all comment down below if y'all want me to react to more Goosebumps episodes, like the full episodes. If y'all want me to, man, I'll go ahead and do it. Y'all comment down below.
Two-parter made it into the top 5. The Morrises are a family who get lost on their way to Zoo Garden's theme park. When they come across a different, strange theme park named Horrorland, they decide to check it out and enjoy the day. However, what they don't realize is that Horrorland is more than lives up to its name. I really like this story. Parts 1 and 2 are completely different, which makes it unique and memorable. Part 1 builds up the mystery of what's really going on in Horrorland. It actually has a few head-turning scares.
That shit hit me hard that time. That shit hit me
Stay
hard.
off the guillotine ride. Sharp turns.
No talking. You know the rules.
For whatever reason, I remember this monster punch scene very clearly since I first saw it.
He's happy as fuck making it. He said,
Part 2 is completely different. It's mostly just played up for a joke, but the jokes are actually pretty funny.
All right, we have some lovely snacks here if you care to partake. Here we are. Some Eye of Doyle, Ear of Holyfield.
Some of my favorite parts are the monster commercials.
Ear of Holyfield.
Now, for the first time on one CD, greatest monster love songs. You'll get Your Heart Is in My Pocket and Your Lips Are in My Drawer. And get in the mood with Wart to Wart.
Also, the horror that helps them in Part 2 is hilarious.
Listen to this. Welcome back to Raw Deal. You see, I'm great, but I'm not the producer's brother-in-law. You know how that works.
Well, you should have been.
Yeah.
The sequel to the Goosebumps movie is also going to be titled Goosebumps Horrorland, so this is definitely one of the more long-lasting stories from the original
That's good.
one.
That's what's up.
2 spots left. Number 2.
Number 2, y'all.
The Haunted Mask from Season 1. The Haunted
This is
Mask
my
is another
favorite.
one of
This
those
is my
episodes
favorite.
that has
Carly
seemed to
Beth.
stick with the kids who watched it as we've gotten older. Carly Beth is a girl who is pretty much afraid of everything. Her classmates constantly exploit her fear, which leaves her angry, frustrated, and wanting revenge. When she tries to go out and buy a scary mask to get back at 2 boys in particular, she picks out an exceptionally terrifying one that the shopkeeper says isn't for sale. She ends up stealing the mask and, while indeed scary, it attaches itself to her face and slowly changes her personality.
Crazy.
This story is a classic that I think holds up very well, 24 years after it was first written. There's a ton I could go into about how well this premise works as a scary concept for kids. However, it's not without its flaws. The girl playing Carly Beth is really playing up her wimpy persona almost too much in a few scenes. She gets much better later, but I mean...
It's fucked up. I love Carly Beth, y'all.
Yeah. The backstory on the shopkeeper as the creator of the masks is pretty interesting. This spooky tale is very smart in how everything is connected.
Especially the second one. The second one, whenever she fucking tried to stop the boys from taking it. Telling you, crazy.
But why?
I was like you. I did not love myself.
Once Carly Beth puts on the mask, it makes for some really strong scenes. The fact own sculpted head on a stick is the perfect touch.
And the head. It looks so real. Where'd you get it? Oh, it's me. It's who I used to be.
That's why I said Carly Beth is a fucking legend.
Used to be. Forget it.
Also, that thing in itself is creepy as hell later.
This episode is a fucking legend. Just by itself.
Talked. Oh, no. Please help me.
Okay, so the effect isn't great by today's standards, but I can look past that for how good of a Halloween story The Haunted Mask is. The first 2 episodes of the Goosebumps series still hold up as some of its best.
Right.
This series offered much more than just 5 great episodes. So, before we get to number 1, here are a few horrifying honorable mentions.
Alright, let's see them. Okay. Cry of the... Okay. Night of the Living Dummy, okay. Oh, Bride of the Living Dummy. That one was a good one. Say Cheese and that was a good one. All those are good episodes.
And the number 1 best Goosebumps episode is...
What is it?
The Haunted Mask 2.
Okay.
Two.
Okay, I'll let it pass.
I think this 2-parter matched and outdid the original while perfectly balancing 3 perspectives. Steve, one of the bullies from the original Haunted Mask story, takes one of the evil masks left in the same, now closed down, Halloween shop Carly Beth got hers from the year prior. His mask starts to turn him into a decaying old man, while the original mask possesses the shopkeeper and tries to take revenge on Carly Beth for abandoning it the previous Halloween.
What the
Sitting
fuck?
down to watch this and the original back to back is the perfect Halloween night Goosebumps experience.
Definitely one of my favorites.
This sequel works so well.
I thought
it's not a retread or step backward for Carly Beth, as she has now become a much stronger character after she went through what she did the year before. Instead, one of the kids who bullied her in the previous installment takes Carly's place as someone who takes and wears one of the shopkeeper's masks. Steve turning into an old man after wearing the mask for so long is a great choice. It plays on the universal fear of getting too old before you've had the chance to live.
Yeah.
The original mask ends up being the true villain of the story, as it uses both the shopkeeper and Steve to try and get Carly Beth back under its power.
Right, I was like, yo.
Do as I say!
That was one of the worst parts. I'm like, yeah, this man's really trying to, like, get Carly Beth.
Now, your eyes will see through mine.
Seeing things from the perspective of Steve, Carly Beth, and the Haunted Mask made for a great sequel that added depth to this overall story. It's definitely #1 in my book. The Goosebumps brand has undisputedly endured over the years. With the success of the feature film a couple years ago, we can safely assume that R.L. Stine's chilling children's stories won't be going anywhere anytime soon. So continue to beware. You're still in for a scare. I want to hear what you guys think. What is your favorite Goosebumps episode? What do you want me to cover next on the show? Leave a comment and let me know. For more content, subscribe to my personal channel, youtube.com/AwesomeWalter.
I like this video. This video was different.
Facebook.com/AwesomeWalterB. And follow along on Twitter to take part in more polls about what may be covered in the future. Come back next week as we take a look at the episodes that didn't quite work as well as these.
Alright, y'all. Make sure motherfuckers tune in. This Cat Bands me in the theater. I'm out, man.